Okay, welcome back. This is the Hubsan Zino Mini Pro and waypoints. Big question, one of them. Can you create waypoints offline? Well, simple answer is sort of. Okay? You can't create multiple waypoints, missions, and save them. But there is a way of creating one offline and then flying it. Or there is a way of creating multiple waypoint missions without flying them. Let's explore these things and more as we do 2 waypoint missions, and we're going to do one in full auto filming and one in moire to see if there's any difference. Some people have said that moire softens the image a little bit. So let's check that out. So just to be sure here, we're in the waypoint mode here. And I'm just going to click on that to say there's no history, there's nothing there. This is going to be the first saved one that we're going to do. So stay tuned, and we're going to come back and go right from the very beginning. Okay, here we are. So let's get started right from the beginning. We start the app, and you'll notice that it's not plugged in and nothing's running. We just have the app. We enter the app, and later on I'll do a screen recording, but for now we'll just do this to prove that nothing's hooked up. Okay? Start the screen, there's nothing there. We hit the X in the top corner here, and we go to waypoints. And if you select waypoint mission planning, you get to plan your missions. If you do the record waypoints, that's if you're flying and you go from A to B to C and you want to record those as waypoints. But we want to create a mission that we want to save, okay, offline. Okay, here we go. First, we're going to select satellite view so we can see our house. That's the house. Okay, let's shrink it down. There we go. Okay. On the right, you'll see a navigation window. Okay, draw, delete, point of impact, point of interest, or focal point, sub to submit it, and done to activate it. Okay, so first we want to draw. If you hit draw, there's 2. One is a pencil and one is a dotted pencil. If you select the pencil with a line, you can create, which I will show you. You can just draw with your finger and it will create a ridiculous amount of waypoints. So then we hit delete. We want to delete everything, so that's that one, delete. So there's nothing there. Starting again. When you go into the settings up on top here, you'll notice waypoint settings. And I've set mine to 50 meters high, 150 meter max. Okay? And everything else, and 0 for the waypoint hover time. So I want it to continually fly and not pause between waypoint stops. Okay? So every waypoint I do will have a 50 meter altitude. So we select draw, and we're going to select the dots. And we're going to just put a dot here, a dot here, a dot here, and a dot there. I'll make it a little bigger, and a dot there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're not going to put a point of interest in for this one. We'll put a point of interest in it later. Now we can't save it because you can't submit it. If you hit submit, you've got to be connected. So the aircraft has to be in the air flying. Okay, and you can't select done because it's not connected. So what we're going to do now is we're going to connect it, start the craft, and get it going. We're not going to turn the app off. Okay, if you turn the app off and restart it, this waypoint mission is gone. Okay, but you've created this, say you're in your driveway and you want to create waypoints anywhere. You've got Wi-Fi, you can make the map go anywhere, you can select your points, and you can do that. Okay, and I'll show you how to save this now. So let's start everything up. Start the app up, start the controller up. Okay, and we're going to plug in and it's connected. What we're going to do now is we're going to start the drone. Now this is just the first part. See, it's been connected there. And when the next screen pops up, you know that the aircraft is connected. That screen that tells you that the video feed is not, there it is. Okay, so we understand that, and it wants a compass calibration. Well, I'll quickly do that, and I have to move the aircraft out onto the landing pad. Okay, so I'm going to do that right now. Done my compass calibration, and if we look down, we see everything's connected and everything is normal, and that's just because it's on the ground. And we click X. You notice the waypoint is still there. So we're waiting for satellites, and I'll fast forward until we get some satellites. Okay. And it's up to 4. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start a screen recording. Start my screen recording. Oh, we start the screen recording. So now I'm going to move from this view to the screen recorder view, and I'm just going to move this so you can see the takeoff. Okay? That's where I placed the drone. And we're just going to move this camera up a bit. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to take this. Let's move this down a bit so we can... The flies in here are bad today. There we go. Okay, so we still only have 5 satellites. Okay, I'm going to wait. And you see it says ADI mode there on the controller. Okay, we have 6 satellites. And I have noticed it takes a while here sometimes. So I think it's 7 satellites. It gives me the green light to go ahead. And you have to have good GPS signal to do the waypoints. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now it's good. Now on these waypoints, if I click on number 3, okay, it tells me what it is. And I can change the hover time if I like. I can change the height, all this kind of stuff. Okay, if I want to add another waypoint, I can add another waypoint. I haven't submitted it yet. Okay, if I want to delete a waypoint, okay, so let's say I want to delete one waypoint with a dot. I click on 4, it disappears. If I want to put it back, pardon me, if I want to put it, whoa, what happened here? Let's get back here. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's go about there. Okay. If I want to go back, I select my points and I put my 4th one there. Okay. There we go. So we don't have a focus point. So we're going to submit it. Okay. And it says submit successful. If I push done, it's going to say I have to take off first. Okay, so I'm going to take off. Confirm.
Non-obstacle avoidance mode. Please fly with caution.
Okay. So I have to go up to 5 meters. So let's go up to 5 meters. I have to move it out of the way a little bit. Go down the driveway a bit. Okay. And I'm going to go up to 5 meters. So that's about there, 5 or 6 meters. Okay. I've submitted it. If I click done, it says, do I want to confirm this? If I hit confirm, it's going to go on it. Okay? If I click cancel, then I go to history, it's there. Okay? So then I can go back here, I can delete this whole thing, and I can start another one. And I can go 1, 2, 3. Come on. Draw. 3, 4. I can go that way. I could submit that. Select done. And cancel. If I look at my history, I've got 2. So say I just want the first one, which was that one. That was the one I did earlier. And we want to activate that. So right now, I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to go to my video. And I'm going to go to, it's 100 bit rate. And that, I just want 1080p, just for the sake of, okay? And we're in ordinary mode, everything's ordinary. And every time you come back into your app, it reverts to 100 bit rate and everything goes to ordinary. Okay, so we're doing that first and then we're doing the second one. So we've got this, you have to submit it. Okay, so we submit this one, because if we didn't, we get the other one that we submitted. Submit, successful, and we have it done. And we confirm. And I hope it's going to go and miss everything. Well, let's cancel this for a second. Where's 1? It's over there. I better get it higher, because I've got to get up to about 30 meters or so before I can. Yeah, and then it's going to go up to 50. Okay, so I've submitted, I select done, and confirm. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that camera down a bit. See, it's heading to number 1. Okay, I'm going to bring that camera down a bit. The horizon's still a little bit of an issue, but okay, it's heading to number 1. And you see the green markers up here? The green, if I hit those, it's going to give me a running marker of where it's at. So it's the next waypoint is number 2. The maximum speed is 5 meters per second. Okay? And when it goes to 2, when it hits 3, it starts to go to 3, it'll change to 3. You can't change the height, but you can change the speed and you can pause it. But I'm just going to hide that. Okay? So now, we're going back here. We better start the video. Okay, we'll start the video. And if you notice, because there's no focus point, I can turn left. Okay? And I can adjust my focus point. I can adjust my own focus point. See, if I look at this, make this a little bit bigger. Okay, now if I move my stick, no, you can't. No, you can't do anything. So I can't change my orientation. When it hits the end, it says finished, and it just hovers there. So we're going to do return to home.
Return to home.
And remember the beep? Well, if you push the function button for a second and a half, the beep goes away. Okay? And it's coming back home. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put a focal point in there. Okay? So if you don't choose a focal point or a point of interest, it follows the route. You can move the camera up and down, and we'll cancel that.
Cancel return.
Okay? Cancel return. If you don't have a point of interest, it follows the route, and you can't deviate from that. You can adjust the camera up and down, but that's about it. So let's go into Waypoints, mission, and we're going to go to History and number 2. Okay, but we're going to put a point of interest here. A point of interest right there. Make it bigger. Point of interest right there. Okay? Now we're going to submit that. Say done. And confirm. And it's going to go up to the height. And you see that focus point. It's heading here. Focus point is actually pointing towards the middle as it goes. We go to here. We've still got the same camera going. Okay? So let's see if we can pause this. Pause. It's paused there. What we're going to do is we can't change the camera. Okay. We can pause it and we can resume and resume. We can't change the camera. What I wanted to do was go to more, but I'll do that in the next one. It's a very quick one. Okay. So the focal point, and I can move the camera up and down, as you can see here. I can move the camera up and down. Okay. I can move the camera up and down. No problem. There we go. That's 5 meters per second, and it's there, and we're going to return home. Okay, it's finished. Return home.
Return to home.
It's returning home. Very good. And it's going to start coming down soon. 50, 48, 47. Stop.
Cancel return.
So now we can stop the video. And we're going to change the video to more. Okay? More. Okay? Don't know why it doesn't say more on, but more off. Okay. Same thing, 100 bit rate. And we're going to start the video again. And we're going to go into here, and we're going to go to the waypoints, and the waypoints, and there we go. We've got this one here. We'll submit it, and we'll say done, confirm, and it's going to go again. And this time, what does the video look like? Is it any different? Is it any better? Any worse? It's 100 bit rate per second, or whatever it is, 100 bit rate. And there we go. It's moving kind of fast, even though it's only on the turns it slows right down and then it speeds up when it goes straight ahead. So, okay. And again, we hit this guy, tells us where we're at, Next waypoint's number 4. We'll have a look. It's heading to number 4. And the waypoint is complete. So we're going to head home.
Return to home.
We'll hit this. And we'll have a look at the video. Okay. So what have we learned? We've learned that we can create waypoints without actually flying them. So you can create one at home, a really nice one from wherever you want. You can activate your drone, put it up 5 meters, submit it, say done, but don't confirm it. As long as you don't confirm it and you cancel, it will save that waypoint. Okay? And you can do that over and over and over. So you can create them offline, sort of. Okay? I haven't seen the video yet. You have. Is there a big difference between moire and standard? You be the judge. But at least the waypoints work very well. Actually, there's not much management. There's not much modification you can do. You can't yaw during your flight if you're in a normal flight pattern. There's no way of adjusting that I know of. If you have a focus point, you can't yaw off of the focus point. You can move the angle of the camera up and down, just like in the non-point of interest ones. You can move the camera up and down, but you can't yaw, you can't increase, decrease altitude. You can pause it, okay, and before you go, you can adjust the height of any waypoint that you want, okay? But as soon as you submit it, what's on the screen is going to be submitted, and when you click done, it's going to save that specific one. So when you do confirm it, it will fly the one that's on the screen that you had submitted, okay? Hope that helps. Hope it's of interest. If you have any questions, let me know. But that's a rough overview of how it works, and it performs pretty well. The only thing I would like is that at the end of a mission, it would either have the option of returning home, hovering, or the beauty of some of them is you can continue. So if I sent it out, if I was in a valley and I sent it out a kilometer, or for whatever reason it lost connection, it would continue the flight pattern as long as you got battery, and then come home or finish the flight path and however you direct it after that to come home, like the FEMI. The FEMI does a good job of that one. Okay, so it's got some good points, and it's fairly easy to use. There's some things that can be improved, but that's for another update, I guess. Okay, so there you go. Thanks very much, and remember, in keeping with the rubber duck, keep it simple. Take it out and play with it. Bye.